Gonna be a little bit of a match of the century. Diabolicals versus Reverence. Reverence playing Affliction this time around, trying to go for big UA. Reflect up for Diabolicals just to see if you can maybe reverse a lot of this damage early on. Reverence is gonna go for Mortal Coil. Portal's opening up. There is an Infernal chasing after him. Reverence build is a little different this time around. You will know that he doesn't have a Dark Glare or anything. He's playing like a very passive Affliction Warlock build, where Dia is playing into big bursty abilities. Reverence take a few big hits though. Wall is up right now. We'll need something for this one. Trying to go for a fear while Wall is active. We're gonna give some UA onto Dia. We'll need some kind of a heal. Need some kind of a way just to recover some health. I think might just be dead drain life. No, never mind. We saw Dia and Reverence both. What the? My man, what is that VM? Gonna be still up next. Trying to see if we can get some dots, some damage on the Dia. It's gonna be full, I think, Incarnation? That is Incarnation. Stun onto still for just a second. Big Soulfire out for Diabolicals, but a Silence is gonna put a pep in his step. Get a knock through the Silence. Is trying to see if he can waddle out of it. Back to this corner though, with a fear onto still, does break out of it fairly quickly. Bear form, trying to see if he can bear some of the damage. The stone, the bonds of felt doesn't quite reach it though, so nice little maneuvering for the druid. This is going to be Dia, trying to see if he can chase after him, get a bit of damage in. That is also Heart of the Wild for Still as well. This is going to be a port for Reverence. Got himself great angle. Trinket out for Still. Is going to get ported over to the corner. Can kind of utilize it in order to veer over to the side. At least get himself a couple regrowths. Is going to get interrupted by the pet. Could maybe go bear form for Friends in Region or to try to see if he can flap his way out of here. But this bird ain't flying. Dia does end up slamming him down right after with Ajani up next. I don't know if Diabolical says anything for this one. Does not have an intro for this Convoke. That is a full Convoke. Looks like a lot of the damage maybe went into Diabolical's pet though. That pet, if that thing falls over, you'll know that a lot of those Convoke bites might have went to the pet. Dia takes a lot of bleed damage back to back though. Not in a great spot. There goes his big last moment of defense with a Spur Cloak, but I think they just go down unless they have someone for this one. Ajani doesn't have taken him. With Vol gonna be up next. Shield Pills on the Shadow Priest. Immediate Mind Games. Ajani just trying to see if he can fight through the Mind Games. Void Torn, he's just looking to heal, looking to get the hell out of there as best as he can. Trying to see if he can catch himself a Restyle. Shadow Melt wasn't gonna happen. He gotta get he gotta get back in there, do a bunch of damage. He got Convoke coming up. Could use Convoke defensively to heal, but who knows really. Silence to follow might be in a weird spot. Now he knows though, he can Convoke without a Silence like stopping him. If he can get a full stun to Volk too, it could be good. Mans needs a little bit more health though. Quick Skull Bash, but he's just not in a great spot. Dots are rotting him with a quick Shadow Word Death taking him out. Haster up next, trying to see if he can maybe tussle with Volk. Last time these two dueled each other. You watching the game, you're good, Reverence. You're fine, my man. I feel like it's just the matchup, right? Destro versus Affy. As soon as he was able to reflect UAs back at you in your opener, that's where like, oh no, that's gonna be painful. I feel like if that didn't happen, if you got yourself a proper opener on the guy, without like while he's throwing out Infernals at you, I think it would have been more even, Rev. But I think you'll find, honestly. Go back to Wrath, go for it, my man. Do what you gotta do. Are you not playing hardcore? Shadow crashes around the corner for the both of them as Haste and Vol get himself an opportunity to get a bit of a rematch. Haste being a little more aggressive this time around. Full Bolt does get CC onto Volk with the Silence as well as the Torn, but Volk, look at his health. He's actually doing just fine. I mean, he's taking a bit of damage. Definitely some battle scars showing, but a Silence on the Haster. Got himself a few dots. This Desperate Prayer is active as well. Still holding on to a Disperse as well as a Vampire Brace in case he needs to stun onto Haster. Big Void Eruption while he doesn't really have to go anywhere. Haster trying to dodge these, but he's going to get hit by at least one or if not two of these things with a Mind Flay and Sedative while his Shadow Fiend slowing him down. Haster may not be in a great spot. Mind Games are after. Fading it entirely. He's going to go Void Torrent for Void Torrent. Has to go for a fear to shake off his own Void Torrent, but Haster is not in a great spot. There goes his emergency healing. Flay Insanity for a little bit as Volk slowly maneuvering his way over there. Shadow Crash onto Haster. I think it does connect with Volk looking for a little bit of recovery. Haster gotta find a way to fight through this if he wants to be able to get a couple of more wins for his team, because right now Volk, I think, has been able to just turn this around him quite a bit. Those insanities, man, he's just letting him channel, where Haster is more likely to cancel it to play more defensive. Volk is like, you know what, once I get the channel going, I am gonna let it go all the way through. I am not canceling this thing. You're going to take full damage from me. Disperse, just trying to see if you can play defensive, especially as the Void Torrent comes out, which is perfect. Gives Volk an opportunity to recover a bit of health, reduce the damage taken, and stabilize a little bit with such a short cooldown for Disperse. Not in a bad spot. Disperse not available for Haster right now. Might be in a bad spot. If he goes in one corner, Siphon is just going to reduce a lot of his healing. Man just doesn't got much to work with. Tentacles attacking him, finally going to disperse, at least able to avoid a lot of the pet as well as the mind games that would just end up pressuring him anyway. Haster needs himself just a bit more recovery, looking for a few more heals, but he's got himself PI coming up in about 13 seconds. So maybe we can make some work off of this one. Yeah, very aggressive silence. Big damage to the Volk though, putting in quite a bit of pressure. Stun to break that Void Torrent. Volk might be in a weird spot. That is going to be Spore Cloak activated for him as well. Stun right after. Full Void Eruption. Does go for a Trinket. Maybe a Fade. Fear before the cast can come through. Avoiding a lot of these bows. That is a Siphon attacking him though. Still Mind Games looks like has been able to attach itself to Volk though, as he doesn't have a disperse for a good bit. Somebody dropping down Feather on top of the boxes, so that's never going to get picked up ever again. Going to be a full Siphon yet again. Mind Games to maybe try to see if he can reverse it around. Haitian got himself lots of damage, plenty of output. Void Eruption's up for Volk right now. Haitian knows he doesn't want to walk out of there at all. And Volk trying to use whatever mobility he can. None of the bolts connect. And as long as Haitian got himself just a slightly more mobility over Volk, he might be okay. Void turn off for Haster, maybe trying to see if he can turn it around, kind of low in health, disperse right now, Volk super low, but you know what, with the Priest at least there are moments where things really get like heated up. They're both just blasting each other once they get a setup. It's a lot of damage, a lot of output, but also they have a lot of self-healing. And it looks like Volk, otherwise known as Chill Pills on the Shadow Priest, not a lot of mana available, unable to really go for a lot of recovery behind the pillar. Got himself a bit more damage than Haster with a Mind Games to follow, trying to see if he can fade it. Void turned right after, trying to go for a big Void Eruption. Maybe it'll be enough though. Got himself big tentacles onto Haster with a stun right after. PI is available, maybe could spell steal it or at least remove it. He's going to go for Insanity as well, trying to make sure to leave Haster if he wants to back up out of there, leaving him with a bit of a parting gift just to make sure that there's always constant pressure on the other guy. Disperse for Volk, just trying to use it just to catch up a bunch of health, trying to get super aggressive. Fear to follow, Trick inside of immediately. Does he have enough to end this here? Fear onto Haster. He does have himself the Undead Rage, so maybe could use that to break out of the Fear. But no, Void Torrent, does he have anything? Oh, Fade! Oh, a second there. Hold on a second. Volk does end up turning around onto Haster at the end there. Worth a Pala immediately getting attacked. We'll just try to take whatever momentum he's built up onto Worth a Paladin. He's just gonna try to see if he can dodge the barrage behind the pillar, behind these boxes. No. That's not getting hit by that one. Stun onto Volk though. Got him some wings. Hammer hanging onto the Priest. Stun, but it's gonna be nice use of besting of Sanctify to reduce the value of stuns. And Volk with that big psychic stun, disarm, used to be disarm back in the day, is able to avoid it. Bubble out of Worth a Pallet. Maybe could remove it, but Volk needs to be thinking about his health as much as possible. I don't know what he can really do. Power Word Life, not available, unless he can try to heal. Mind Games, no, he's just getting slammed down. Worth a Pallet is the last one left over in Team 2, trying to see if he can potentially hold the fort on this one. He's gonna go for a blind. Chief trinkets out of this one. Worth a Pallet got nothing left at the moment. I think it's just gonna be down for the count, taking him out fairly quickly. My goodness. Volk and Haster, double Priest. It is a little bit of a slower duel. I'm not gonna lie, because they do need a bit of a setup to catch each other. But also, even just they need to catch each other. They don't move that quickly. But like once they get going, oh, it's actually kind of fun seeing like the fades and mind games and